Bop. That's all I remember from that song. Bop. Hanson. Bop. Biddle bop. Biddle bop. Bip bop. I think that was the whole song. I think it was.
Do do do
Oh, yep. I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part.
do.
Hey, everybody. I have new local Austin. There was actually some confusion. I was actually looking for old local Austin, and I couldn't find him. So this is what we got. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah, I moved into his house.
What happened to him?
I don't know.
He was a great guy, that old local Austin. He must be in a different local. He must go to. He probably went to a different Austin. I bet you that's it.
You never know.
I bet you that's it. Anyways, people are trickling in. I want to just go over real quick. I've got a ticker down there at the bottom. That's for Vinay. If you feel the need to do super chats tonight, maybe instead send it over to that PayPal address right down there. That's for our buddy Vinay, who's having some issues. We're still doing some auctions for Vinay. There's Stephen and Jenna are doing one this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's a Sunday night on Skipper's channel at 6 p.m. So still some auctions going on. We're going to do more after that too. We still have a bunch of stuff to give away. But anyways, thanks so much everybody for coming in. We're going to get to learn more about Mr. Michael Toes. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yes, that is how I pronounce it. The family, there's lots of different pronunciations.
Okay.
So
Because I was
yeah,
wondering
and
if it
and
was.
I just like after I moved out on my own, I was like, I'm just gonna go with how it reads. It's like so much easier in class. They call your name and you're like, yep. It's like,
So, have you joined the Tennessee Fish Mafia by chance?
I do not believe I have.
I think you should because you've already got the name Mikey Toes.
That's true. Yeah.
Mikey Toes. That's a perfect mafia
Mikey
name.
Two Toes.
Mikey Two Toes. Yes.
Some sort of an accident
a
happened.
pickling accident that
Yeah.
uh, the jar didn't close correctly and he lost all of them but two, and they're like this too. It's not like they're it's like the
No, they're
big
not
toe and the
together.
pinky toe,
Yep.
none in the middle. All right, let's get it. So, hey everybody,
Yet another episode about feet. I don't know what it is, man.
you don't know what is.
Episodes about feet.
Was this a common thing? A lot of feet stuff.
I feel like it's Foot Week.
I did not know that. I haven't been paying attention.
All right.
I'm not up on my foot. I'm not a foot aficionado. I don't really know much about feet. I know that you're a podiatrist if you deal with feet, though.
True.
And anyways, all right. So anybody who's new here, the whole first half is just going to be Mr. Local Austin and myself having a conversation. We're not going to be looking at the chat. We're going to learn more about him. The whole second half, we'll open it up to you guys, and you can ask questions. You can ask fishy questions, but we're trying to keep it a little bit more personal. We want to learn more about new Local Austin as a person and not just as a fish keeper, because he's been up on a ton of streams, showed off a lot of his fish and done all that kind of fun stuff. So let's get into this. Wow, Select Pet, I didn't know that. Political ads before a fish stream. You think YouTube? Yeah. And you
Weird.
know what? That bothers me, the whole ads, because even on streams where I turned off monetization, like with Vinay's auction thing, they still put ads on that. I turned it
Yeah,
off
I
because
remember seeing an email about that. And it was like
it's
just after I started my channel. And I was like, well, that sucks, but there's only one option. So I guess, okay.
yeah, it's not right. There's certain times
It's like,
if
if you don't want to run ads, we're probably going to run ads anyway.
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah.
okay, I guess. I guess that's fine. I don't have to worry about it till I'm at 1,000, right? Like,
It bothers
doesn't
me. Well,
matter to me.
they'll put ads before you're 1,000 too, though. You'll put ads on your videos
Right, but I
too.
mean, like,
Yeah.
I have no control over it apparently.
There
So
you
it's just
go.
like, well, I guess
There you
that's
go.
what's happening.
I try to turn them off on important ones, but it doesn't matter. But anyways, all right, let's dig in. So New local Austin. Let's before we even get going. How did you pick that name? What I mean, because I remember when you were Michael, I liked that name. What made you change it to New Local Austin?
Well, it all has to do with a invasive platy that is in the creek that runs through UT campus. And I want to catch some of that platy and then breed them, see if I can get some colors other than their wild colors. I don't know. And that was going to be like my first like foray into like breeding fish and like doing that because you should pick a live bear, right?
I mean, they are easier, definitely.
Right. So yeah, and I picked a bunch of mosquito fish. I got a bunch of gambusia and one male platy. So thus far, slow start, but you
Yeah.
know, I'm a new fish keeper. I haven't been around uh only about a year, I would say. I've had a goldfish for like two, maybe three, but
I'm in the same boat. But how
I
does
got
that
him before I was into fish keeping.
how
He was
does
just
that
around.
translate though? How does the name translate? So you were going to take the name and
So
put it
yeah,
onto the
so
platy?
that was going to be the name of that strain of
Gotcha.
platies was they were going to be New Local Austin.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
All
there's
right.
a big thing about everybody in Austin, like, no, locals only, you know what I mean? Like shop local. And it's just like, no, these people are moving here. And it's just like it's been the same argument for like since like the 1960s,
Gotcha.
you
I've
know.
never been.
So yeah, so new and local, you know what I mean? It's kind of an oxymoron.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now I remember locals only, in California were surfing areas and stuff like that, but I didn't realize that Austin had that as well. I guess every place
But
does.
Austin is new California right now.
It is. Although we did say,
Everything's so affordable.
is it?
No, used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be. Used to be.
um, although we did say before that it's getting weirder and weirder, and it is sort of like Portland. Keep it weird, Portland, right? Isn't that the
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely the weirdest of the Texas cities. So
yeah? Every state needs a weird city. Every
it's
state.
true.
You need a weird city for all the
Well,
weird people to go to.
you just gotta keep them. You gotta keep your weirdos somewhere. You can't just ship them across state lines. There's got to be laws against that.
It needs to be well advertised too, because that's where I always want to go. I don't want to go to like the happy places and the normal places. I want to go to the weird places. That's where all the fun people are.
That's true.
It's the best place to go. Hey, Austin, Fantastic Freaks, thank you very much. $2 super chat. Hey, you.
Nice.
All right. So, excuse me. Have you lived in that area your whole life? Are you from Austin, Texas? Are you?
No, I'm from Houston originally, but like everybody that's from Houston, you can go to any city that you like and you can just say you're from there because there's too many of us and you can't stop the Houstonians from doing it. So,
Okay.
but I mean, like I got here in 1995, so I've been here a while now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And is it home? Are you looking to move somewhere else? Do you want to? Are you?
I am not like the property prices here in Austin and stuff like that. Like a lot of the country is really crazy, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, I might move somewhere later on in life, but I wouldn't be able to afford a new place here. You know what I mean? Like,
But otherwise, it's home. You're happy there. It's a.
oh yeah, very
It's a.
happy.
You like living in the
Heck
area.
yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I've never been. I've never been to Austin. Well, I've been through Texas, usually the northern part. What is it? 90 that cuts through the top. I don't know. One of the highways. I don't remember which one it is, and it's probably not 90, but one of them cuts through the top. So I've been through a few
Yeah.
times, fast as possible. But um, that's it. That's it. So so you grew up around Houston.
Yes, sir. Grew up in Houston, Texas, so always in the suburbs. So yeah, man. I mean, like I went to the rodeo. My dad worked for a company that got tickets to the rodeo so that he could take his kids to the rodeo. You know what I mean? So I mean, but I'm like urban Texas for sure. Like not really into camping. Like I would like a bed and a toilet. You know what I mean? Like I want air conditioning.
Gotcha. And now you are a nurse now, right? Currently, you're a nurse.
Yes, I am a nurse. I worked in the semiconductor industry briefly and did a bunch of jobs while taking classes at the community college and things like that. So did like lots of marketing and things like that. Like there's 4 colleges here, so there's tons of that type of work to do.
Gotcha. And you are you a nurse at a hospital or?
I was at a hospital for a year and a half, but I do home health now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have been home health the whole pandemic, and my job during the pandemic is to not get exposed to people that may or may not have COVID and take care of somebody and make sure that they don't get sick. So
Gotcha.
it's
Mostly older
been
folks or
yeah,
just
it's been yeah, there's a lot of nurses out there that are suffering. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
working in a hospital is no joke, man. Like it's like crazy busy place. You know what I mean? And like yeah, so
Front
not
line for
not for
sure.
everybody.
Yeah. Do you deal with a lot of older folks, or is it just like a wide range of people that are just home?
I'm doing pediatric right now. It's like everything you say you're gonna like. I don't know if anybody else's life is like this, but you're like, okay, well, I don't want to do pediatrics because, like I have like a big heart. I'm very empathetic. Like sick kids would make me sad. Like kids don't know they're sick and they're just as cool as the other kids and just as snotty. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all the same. But yeah, it's like, no, I don't think I want to do pediatrics. So my first job was pediatrics. My second job was a hospital. My first job out of the hospital was pediatrics again. So looks like that might be what I'm doing. Like
Gotcha.
I have cichlids, and I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do cichlids right away. Like a lot of them are aggressive and blah blah blah. It's like I want angels. You know what I mean? I was like, okay.
But then you went back
So
to cichlids.
yeah, now I got cribs. You
Sick
know,
lids and sick kids. I see a theme.
yeah, man.
There's a theme here.
Yeah, it's like a underdog. Like what is it? What is the psychological clanging?
What is
Clanging
it?
is when you talk in rhyme.
Clanging.
Yeah, they call that clanging.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and that's actually like the medical term for it, clanging.
Is that like you can't help but do it? It's
Yeah, yeah,
involuntary.
yeah. It's like a disorder type thing, like you speak in rhyme.
I've never ever heard of that.
Yeah, I think it's like related to OCD maybe or something. I
I
don't know.
need to look that up. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, look up clanging.
No, actually, I saw Audra Meyer. Audra Meyer and Eduardo said that too. Audra Meyer, please shoot me an email. Rico at Rico Stand. It's over there in the corner, or right in the middle, off to the side.
It's towards the
Um,
middle.
actually, right above you, sort of right. Um,
Oh wait.
please shoot me an email right there. I need to make sure you get your winnings from the auction. So please, Rico at RicoStand.com. And again, thank you, Eduardo. And if anybody sees Felicia Heater, who I'm not very familiar with, I also need her to contact me. Those were the 2 people left that I did not get their. They bid on stuff and won, and they didn't get their stuff yet. So please, if you see Felicia Heater, I think she goes to Alex Secret History's channel quite often. But if you see her, please have her contact me. I want to make sure those people get their winnings. Okay, sorry, I just saw Audra's
Hey,
name
no
over
worries,
there.
man.
Let's see, we were
Flag them
on.
down, man. You got to
We were,
flag them down as they come flying through the chat. Like everybody's
yeah.
bouncing around, man.
Well, I hate people to not get
It's
their.
such a busy time on YouTube, man. I love it.
I don't want people to pay for something that they don't get. It's very important to me that everybody knows how legit
That's
and
yeah,
you know
that is true. But all you have to do is keep trying to reach out. So, and that's
yeah.
what you're doing. So,
Yeah, and actually, Geek Boy I see too, and we'll email now. Awesome. Okay, we're set. Okay, Sick Lids would be a good name for a fish and hat store. Sick Lids, I like it. Fish hat store. Maybe not a fish and hat store, but a fish hat store. Hats for fish. Maybe fish like to wear hats. Maybe somebody could make little hats that you put on your fish.
no, the first time anybody like comes up with some way to like decorate your fish, you know what I mean? That isn't like immediately shot down for being like uh harming your pet. You know what I mean? Like it would be interesting. I think that with the amount of cartilage in their face, like maybe like some like, like lip rings or something like that isn't necessarily out of the question. You know what I mean? It's just like time will tell. I'll go reread the chat later. So leave me a message.
Fish piercing. I could see it.
Yeah, fish piercings. You know what I mean? It's just like
Okay.
a big Oscar with a big nose ring.
It'd be handy too because you just get a really strong magnet and you could catch it, you know,
Exactly.
or else it might just pull it right out of the thing. So that might not be good. Anyways, okay. We were talking about where you were working. So dealing mostly with kids, and that's not trying on you. Do you have kids of your own?
I do not have any children of my own, and yeah, I take care of one kid, so it's great. I have one patient, so that patient doesn't need anything. I have the time and availability to care for them. Well, you know what I mean? Like how anybody should be cared for, and like that's the first thing that goes out the door when you start as a new nurse, like in a hospital. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
really like it can be dream crushing, you know what I
sure.
mean? But yeah.
You, yeah, you
But
get
in order
jaded
to get a
quick.
job doing anything, they really would like you to have some acute care experience. So a hospital is a necessary thing. But yeah, I believe that it's lots of new nurses and they just kind of churn through there. Some of them stick, you know what I mean? And like they are amazing. They have so much skill.
I don't know how people do that, especially with pediatrics. But any of them. My wife is a nurse as well. She was.
Okay,
She's no
yeah.
longer. She works now. She manages she's front desk for a cardiologist because she couldn't do it anymore. She just got burned out. She worked for a gynecological oncology place that was very experimental
Hmm.
by RIT. And
Yeah.
usually by the time the people got to her, they were pretty far gone. So a lot of their patients passed, and it burned her out. It really did.
Yeah. I mean, like there's like end of life care and stuff like that. That's another
Yeah.
big arm of home health. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know how you armor yourself for that.
I don't know. I think you get used to it. It's still very, very emotional, but it's your job to like help people like on their like worst emotional day. So you
Yeah.
are actually like doing a whole lot of psychological work like in the moment to like help get people what they need, like the families and stuff like that. Like a lot of that care is focused back towards the family, like hospice and all that.
Gotcha. I guess you can. I guess you got to look at the positive side of it that you are helping out in such a way, but it's just got to be trying. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to go down
Hey
that
man.
rabbit hole. It's got to be a big part of your life. It just has to be.
Yeah, I mean it is. But I mean like I got a guy that I like hang out, make sure that he gets all of his therapy done, and like we hang out. I make sure that he has his medication. I mean, like we watch a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
that's
are
what he's
big.
into.
We are big fans. I was like,
Yeah,
it's like when I was in high school. This is what I was watching. You
yeah.
know.
And so you obviously have a good rapport with him. Then
Um. I mean.
he's a kid,
I
but
mean. I mean. Yeah. But I mean, like we spend our work week together. So I mean, like sometimes we're not hanging out. You know what I mean? We're there, but you know what I mean. It's just
yeah,
like you be quiet and I'll be quiet. It's like okay. That's hard for me, but I'm learning.
yeah. And now, how many years total? 3
Um, I think
with
I'm
all of
on
it, with
my,
all the nursing.
yeah, I'm thinking it's like 5.
5. Okay,
Yeah, maybe
okay,
6. This will be my 6th year
okay.
in the summer.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't
Why did you
know.
say? I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It bothered me. It actually. I feel like shutting down the whole thing right now. I feel like just walking out of here and slamming the door.
You just want to shut the whole stream down right now?
Yeah, I don't think
Are
you
you
should
are you
ever.
ready?
I
Are
don't
you
think you should ever
ready?
go.
Hey,
in the
hey,
in the
hey,
summer.
YouTube. Hey, chat. Hey, hey, maybe all of this is an algorithm. And then like the screen just goes fuzzy and the chat goes away because we were about to reveal. Like we just get out alga and it just like shh, we've been cut.
and
Is the chat still scrolling
and
or
nobody ever
did
hears
we
from us
break it?
again. It's
Have we
gone.
broken
There's
it?
nobody. They're all gone.
Mm,
Nobody ever hears from us ever again.
right on. Okay.
Okay.
11 people watching. That's good. We're doing
65
good.
people watching, actually.
No way.
60, yeah, 65 people. 65 people are interested in knowing more about you. And it'll get more. There's 67. It's going up.
Yes.
It's it'll probably go up farther too, I bet. People want to know about you. You're popular.
It's recovering from when I said in the summer.
Yeah. You did it again though. I
I
asked you
know.
not to do it and you just did it again. It's rude. uh
I apologize.
that's okay. Obviously I'm just being dumb.
I
Um
apologize.
So before nursing, you said you worked temporarily in the semiconductor. Well, you worked at a factory or something, or
Yes.
Texas Instruments or something like that.
Yup.
Or yeah, how long did you do that, and what did you do there?
Um, I did a lot. I worked in CMP, chemical mechanical polish. I worked in what it was a films department,
Hmm.
and it's all basically those wafers are just a piece of glass, and what they do is they photograph the pattern they want, and then they build different layers of like either conductor or insulator to make the circuits. That's how they're so small. They're not made of wires. We just build a pattern.
And
So
you worked in those clean rooms and stuff
yeah,
doing getting it built.
I worked in those clean rooms. Yeah, man. Like
Had to wear the bunny suit and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. It's like working on a spaceship or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
my mom did that. My mom did that at Motorola. She in
Okay,
Arizona.
yeah. I was working for
Same thing.
Motorola there. I was working for Motorola down here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. She did that for a very long time. She retired from there. She did that for decades. That was her thing. She was always uh, in the clean rooms. So yeah, that was her always her thing. And before that, you said you just sort of hinted at some other jobs. So I'm sort of
Oh,
curious on
okay,
what kind of
yeah.
stuff. Did you do the normal fast
Before
food and that?
that, I was the hairiest Miller girl. You may have heard rumors about a Harry Miller girl, and that was me. My
Miller
checks,
beer or like Glenn Miller?
Miller beer, and
Okay.
I was like on the promo team, so I wasn't working on a truck like lugging in the beer in the back. It's from the alley, you know what I mean? Like I was like hanging out with the other Miller girls, and my check said promo model down on the bottom of them. That was like my proudest young manhood
Nice.
uh claim to fame, I would say.
Yeah. And did you get to go out with any of the Miller girls, or did you want to?
I
The
mean,
non-hairy ones.
that was the thing. Like that was the job. We were just always there. So like, yeah, we were dressed in like referee outfits for a while. You remember the flood? Yeah, there was a yellow flag on the play or something. Like, yeah, just like all sorts of cool stuff like that.
Did you
So
have to wear the skirt and the stockings, or were you
no, did
okay?
not have to do that.
Because they
So
had the black skirt
that was pretty cool.
and stockings, right? If I
Yeah,
remember correctly. See, I
yeah,
remember. I remember.
yeah,
That's
man.
unfortunate that you didn't have to do
But
that as
yeah,
well.
I mean, like a town with four colleges in it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's always marketing jobs. Like, they try out new flavors of things, and you know what I mean? Like on the college campuses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like energy drink companies when that first started and stuff like that. Like, you can make good money, and like you're only out there for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, hand out a bunch of energy drinks, and then like people like uh issue feedback, you know what I mean, like to enter a
Yeah,
contest or something, and like it was fun.
gotcha, gotcha.
All sorts
That
of
does
weird
sound
jobs
like
like that.
that sounds like a fun job. Oh, and there's 73 people now. I told you. I told you. People want to know about New Local Austin. They want to know about the Tic Tac Walrus.
Who is this guy?
Yeah. Who is New Local Austin? And real quick, let's take a quick aside there.
Yes.
Tell me about Tic Tac Walrus. How'd you come up with that? For
Well,
anybody who doesn't know, he was, he went to Aquashella. Michael went to Aquashella, the Halloween one in Dallas there. And he
right.
went
So it's
as
a
the Tic Tac
Halloween
Bandit.
costume, right?
Yeah. I hope.
So yeah, so I was like, okay, so we got to come up with a Halloween costume. And I was like, all right. And I was like, well, I should just get like one of those like goofy outfits. You know what I mean? Like a onesie of some sort. Like, let's see what we got. And I was like, all right, man, the walrus looks pretty good. You know what I mean? And then what Chattanooga Ed had used a similar walrus costume and made himself a mermaid. Is
Mm.
that correct?
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember. Ed's in here, but I don't remember the exact.
Ask Ed. Like I think it was
Yeah,
a mermaid. Was he was in there with the top half was some sort of costume. I can't remember what it was.
he's been so many different things that I've forgotten. He does
Well,
a
right.
great job.
Well, I mean, when I saw him, he was like the banana slug or whatever, and
Yeah,
like that was awesome. It was like there was a banana slug like sitting next to the stage, like half on the table, like at the event because the tail comes down. So like you see like it was up on a little riser, and that's where they were doing all of the broadcasting. And then like there's like a sea slug like up on the table, like leaning up on the table, and he's got his back to you, and he's like switching the cameras and stuff, and like running the audio and whatnot,
yeah,
monitoring chat. It was
and he
cool.
did a great job too. By the way, good job, Ed.
Yeah, no, he did, but he didn't get to do very much else.
No,
He was like at that table the whole time, but you know what I mean? Like you got to come by and like give him a fist bump and be like, dude, good to see you.
yeah, and I'm jealous of all you guys that got to. I see Drew here. Hey, Drew. I'm jealous of you and Drew and all those people that got to meet Ed.
Hey man, the person I got to meet and hang out with the most was Biz. Close second was Mr. and Mrs. Texas Fish Room.
Oh, gotcha.
Spent a
Yeah, that
fair
would be
amount
cool.
of time with Joe Shrimp Shack as well.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, but you sort of dodged the question there. How did you come
What
up
was the
with
question?
Tic Tac Band or Tic Tac
The
Walrus?
Tic Tac Walrus. So I was like, well, yeah, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like a grown man sized walrus, 300-pound walrus. That's pretty cool. And I was like, but it's not scary. So we just had to put I just needed a big Tic Tac shirt.
And was a Tic Tac a throwback to somebody who used to show up in streams often?
Yes. There
Okay.
was someone who used to show up in streams and try and flash. Nobody knows who this person is.
Tic
That's why he would never show his face. So that's why everybody's like, yeah, no, I'm willing to let you out. I got to see your face though, bud. All right. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
you want to show your face, it's just like, just show me your face real quick. You know what I
Tic
mean?
Tac
And
Bandit.
like, so that was my goal. And then of course, I needed to get that Tic Tac across the back of chat at least once during the Aquashella.
During the live
So
streams there. Yeah, I remember
yeah,
seeing you. I remember seeing you. It was cool seeing you.
because that's really where the Tic Tac lived. You know what I mean? Like unless he really scared you, and then he was living in your head, man, and you can't let that happen. But he was alive in chat. Like everybody's like, oh man, I heard so and so saw the Tic Tac Bandit. You know what I mean? And like that's where his name originated. It came
Yeah,
out of chat.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
the costume needed to get seen in chat. So they'd be like, dude, there in the background. But yeah, that was like kind of my plan was to like kind of get in the background of like different people's streams.
And play the Tic Tac Bandit. And you know what? To be honest, I never ever once saw the Tic Tac Bandit. I'm a little
Yeah,
disappointed.
man. Hey,
I'm a
hey,
little
yeah,
disappointed.
yeah. I mean, look, man, not all of us are lucky or unlucky. You know what I mean? Some of us are just neither.
You're saying average. All right. Anyway, so he should have won the costume contest. Steven said. All right. So
I thought
backtracking.
it was good.
All right, so we talked about the different jobs you did, and I like the Harriet Miller girl. But at first, when you
Hmm.
first said that, I was thinking like you were going back to like Glenn Miller or something like big band type stuff, and you were. But anyways, I'm old.
Nope,
What
man. Branding,
what
buddy.
what kind of hobbies do you have other than the fish keeping?
Man, I love live music.
Going out to see live music.
Yes,
You
I
play live
love
music.
no to see live music.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have any musical skill yourself at all? Really?
Yeah. I was a singer. I was in choirs all my life.
Oh,
Uh,
gotcha.
Stuff like that. So yeah,
But
good stuff.
but you never pursued that.
No, I did not. I did not.
Just didn't feel like it was right for you. You what?
Yeah, I mean, like, I just never got into a band. I want to blame my attention deficit disorder on lack of focus and like because I don't think I would have been able to be a fish keeper in my 20s either.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like you'd have to be at your apartment like more than just asleep.
Yeah, yeah. And twenties, yeah. There's yeah. I don't even. Most of the time, I couldn't even find my apartment in my twenties.
Right, yeah. So whenever I see somebody really young that's like into fish keeping, I think that's really, really cool. But
Yeah, to be that responsible at that age, like our friend Myrtle, 19
yeah,
years old, and he's got all his shit straightened out and figured out, and he's going to be places. Three times that. Three more than three times that, and I don't have my shit figured out yet. I'm still trying to,
right.
you know,
Yeah. I do want to say I felt very, very creative in like my like junior, senior year of high school, like and my college years and stuff like that. Like I really liked art. I liked ceramics a whole lot. Like I want to start making like a bunch of those pleco caves, man.
gotcha.
I see how they're just using an extruder, you know what I mean? I'm like pinching it off and it's like $15. And I was just like, oh man, I could like work for 8 hours and then get through the kiln process with it. So like at the end of a 3 day weekend, like I could have, like $2,000 worth of product. Like,
Taco
you know what I
Man.
mean? It's just like I'm gonna take over the fish cave market. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
haven't worked out the numbers. They're probably $15 because that's what it costs to like run a kiln at however many thousand degrees it needs to be, right? Like,
yeah, they're breaking
you
even,
know what I mean?
but it's
Like, yeah,
fun.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun.
It's like exactly. They're like, yeah, man, they're making $1.50 on that. It's just like, but like my idea right now is that I'll just be like, dude, man, they're $6. Like, how many do you want?
Excuse me. Um, Hobbies. So
Yeah,
you like going out to listen to live music a lot. Little
I
clubs
do.
and stuff like that.
Um, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, Austin's the live music capital of the world. We love
Yeah.
to scream and shout. We don't really put a ton of money behind it. You know what I mean? And like the scene's getting, awful crowded, and the bar district looks like it might go under every once in a while. But
And what kind of stuff do you go out and listen to? What kind of things do you like the most?
man, I like rock and roll. I like a lot of metal, stuff like that. And there's a few places for that. I did listen to a lot of jazz for a few years. Like there
Hmm.
were a couple jazz clubs and had a bunch of different bars that were like on my route for a promotional company. And so I would go by this place like all the time, and I was like, this place is pretty cool, man. So like, yeah, I'd go hang out there a lot.
And any one band really stick out? Do you have a favorite? Do you have
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I like Clutch a whole lot. Clutch is awesome. And there's a group that I see when they play at the Continental Club. I'm gonna think of their name in a minute. Southern Culture on the Skids.
never heard of those?
They're kind of like surf rocky. but they're very, very loud. They're very, very talented. The
It's not a Z,
the bass player was a girl, and she had a big red like beehive hairdo. She was awesome.
like the B-52s. It doesn't
Yeah.
have. Okay, good. I just found them, and they don't have a Z for skids, so I'll listen to them. If they had a
Uh,
Z, I would have to rule them out. If it was
oh no, no, no. They do not
Southern
have a
cultured
Z.
on the skids, I would have
Yeah.
been. But okay, I will take a look at them. I always
Yeah,
like
1995, I think their album Dirt Track Date came out.
Dirt Track Date.
Yes.
Okay. It sounds, yeah, right up my alley. It does. And it says here, but they're somewhere between the Cramps and the B-52s. Yeah, I can live there. That's a
Okay, yeah, man. I can agree with that for sure.
unapologetic swagger, rockabilly riffs, and trailer park kitsch.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, definitely. I
They got a
will,
song about banana pudding.
ooh, I like them.
I don't
Ooh,
believe they use the G when they spell that though.
pudding. Oh,
Pudding.
banana pudding. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that too.
I believe the refrain is something like, "Oh wait, I can't sing it, man. I can't sing it."
Why? Come on, sing for us.
Oh man,
Come on,
no, you're
baby.
gonna get it. You're gonna get a copyright, man.
I don't care about that.
All right. The
Here
refrain
we go.
is pudding, 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 and I can't remember. I banana pudding, boom, boom, banana pudding. Like, yeah, man, they're like hitting that cowbell the whole time. Clank, clank, clank.
I
Yeah,
will
no,
have to look for it.
it's hard to go in there and not like, like shake. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
you can't stand still while all that's going on. It's too silly.
So, um, so they say B-52s. What about did Mojo Nixon? Do you remember him?
Mojo Nixon.
He had Elvises everywhere. Don't want no foo haircut on my head. Um, got the story of one chord. All right, never mind. Anyways,
No, 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 no. Yeah, no, I missed it.
it was probably 80s, not 90s.
Right.
Um,
See, 77 over here.
okay,
I'm the Houston, Texas 77 edition.
why do you guys have to do that? Why do you always have to say, "Yeah, I wasn't even born until this time"? Like, it's just rub it in that yeah, you still got a long time to go, and I'm near the end. It's not nice. It's not nice.
Hey man, I didn't make the game, dude. You know? It's
You're not a
like
very nice man. You're just not.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be nice and it's not working. So I'm just gonna have to be myself.
Just be yourself. Just be
Yeah,
yourself.
man. Stay
That's
small.
good.
You gotta stay
That's good.
small. Stay small.
All right. So, what other hobbies? Anything else that you get into? Or you get into? Do you like to read? Or you video games? Any
I
kind of
like disc golf. I like video games. I like reading, although I haven't
disc
done it
golf?
in years.
Disc golf.
Yeah,
Do they?
it's
Yeah,
like regular golf. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You
Do
like
they
that?
have it at most of the parks? Have the courses and stuff?
Yes, and
Yeah.
actually Austin, Texas is probably the place in Texas that has like the most. And
Arizona.
it's
All the parks
yeah,
have
and
those.
it's the hill country. So it is a wonderful way to enjoy your public spaces.
Yeah.
You just basically throw a disc. It's just like golf, except there's a basket at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, yeah, sometimes I'm
That's
just
fun.
throwing my disc and like walking around. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really disc golf. I've never been good at it, but I just love like if you can get up early in the morning and like go out and like go do that, and then like at 9 o'clock in the morning, like go get breakfast tacos and like, yeah, it's a good day.
That's a good day. I haven't played disc golf since I lived in Arizona. I don't know any place here in New York that's got them, but they were almost all the parks
Yeah,
here in Arizona.
apparently like Colorado's got a bunch, and then like the northeastern, like Pennsylvania, like I met some people and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's like big stuff down there in
Huh.
Pennsylvania." Like, yeah, so I mean like it's just not everywhere, I think, but I
Yeah.
mean like lots of places.
But it is fun.
I
It
yeah,
is
I
a
think
blast.
did it originate in California?
I honestly don't know. Do we need to look it up?
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna say it's from Texas.
No, we got to look it up now.
I'm gonna say it's from Texas, and if anybody wants to drive from Texas's border towards the center to get at me for saying it, I mean, it's a long ride. You know, you're gonna be tired by the time you get here. Come on.
Oh, they even have a professional disc golf association, the PDGA.
Oh well, yeah, man. Everybody knows the PDGA.
Uh, Steady Ed Hedrick is the number one. He's the father of disc golf. Steady Ed Hedrick is the inventor
Yep,
or the
Texan.
father, and we're gonna find out where he's at. We got to know now. We got to know. We got to know.
He's a Texan, sure.
Well, he sounds like a Texan. Steady Ed, Steady Ed.
That's a good fish
Uh,
mafia name.
1966. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, that was something else. I'm sorry. We're just bear with me, people. We got to know this now, though. Um,
I love it.
okay, here we go.
Yeah, he's a
It
Texan.
turns out it's impossible to answer. There are many historical accounts of people playing golf with a flying disc, some of which predate the advent of the plastic flying disc by many years. Each account was an isolated incident of recreational disc golf, and none of the participants knew of anyone else playing disc golf. So they couldn't. So 1965 worked as a recreational. George Sappenfield, Fresno State. Sorry, dude, California, Fresno State. But
But
that's just one
what
story.
it sounds like to me, it's some sort of secret government program. And what they did is they seeded society with like several different people. It made them believe it was their idea
Yeah,
and like set
Illuminati.
them loose. Probably
The
some code
Illuminati.
word or something, right? Yeah.
Illuminati created it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a.
man. It's born identity all over again. What are we gonna do?
All right, so disc golf. What else? What other kind of fun things you do in your spare time? Is fish keeping the number one?
Fish keeping is the number one right now. I came about it in a very roundabout way. I started fishing again when I went to my my wife's grandfather's house, lake house. So we went out there and there was a fishing pole. So I was just having fun with bluegill like all afternoon, you know what I mean? Like putting little grubs on there and like tossing it out, you know what I mean? Like catching them, like, and it was a great day, you know what I mean? And then I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get a fishing pole, you know. And so then I started fishing. Then I was interested in aquaponics, and while researching aquaponics, I acquired a 33-cent goldfish Phineas, and I was going too small. I was going to put him in a well, it was a gallon container, but then I cut it in half, right? Yeah, so like so horrible, right? So then
Yeah,
he lived in a bucket on my porch. Like I did bad things as a uninformed like fish keeper. Then I started being like, well, I got to do something with this guy. So like I figured it out. You know what I mean? And like I got him a 20 gallon to start. Now he's in the 75. And then that mystery fish that you helped me identify on your stream,
yes,
it is a goldfish. It
yes.
did start eating my hornwort in the snail tank. So now he swims with the big boys. And he's been accepted. And now he follows my face around the front of the tank like everybody else. So I think he's well adjusted and doing well.
Gotcha. And it's only been, you said, just over a year
Yeah, just over a year.
keeping
Like
fish.
I mean it might have been like November or something like that when I started like tuning into YouTube and like, you know, like looking at the videos, and then I came across like live streams and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, pretty much been a
And
year.
you've got quite a few tanks now.
Yes, I have 12.
12 of them. And what do you keep the most? What's your you obviously you've got the goldfish. What other kind of stuff are you keeping?
I've got goldfish, I've got Brienne's crabenzas, I've got some pygmy cories, I've got bunch of ram's horn snails now, a bunch of mystery snails, hillstream loaches, which somebody was talking about earlier this week. Hillstream loaches, are they aggressive to other fish or harm other fish? And it's like something about them like sucking on the slime coat of your fish. Hillstream loaches. I've got 5 Hillstream loaches in there with my beta, my female samurai beta. And I'm all like, I mean, I think she's all right. Like, I'm like, none of her fins look tattered, but you know what I mean? But she's like very metallic. And so
Yeah,
when she's like one of those metallic scales is like missing, I'm like, I'm very paranoid this week. I'm keeping a very close eye.
gotcha, gotcha.
And then I've got Corridoras and my angels.
And I see a lot of plants too.
Yes.
You're big into the
I've got
plants.
3 planted tanks, and then I've got plants in some bare bottom tanks and things like that. So that's very cool.
Gotcha.
So on I'm doing music videos for my planted tanks. So I've got one more planted tank to do a video on. And then I'm just trying to keep them all short because I haven't made a video over like
Oh,
4
video.
minutes
Keep the
long yet.
video short. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
keep the plants short. No, keep the video short. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Sorry, I went on a tangent.
No, that's good. I want to know that stuff. That's what it's all about. There's 77 people. See, I told you. People want to know. They want to know. They really don't
In the
care about
summer.
old local Austin. They really want to know about the new guy
Right. So yeah, and that's also a great name for a channel, I think. It's eternally new. I'm just gonna be the new guy forever. I'm
forever.
gonna ride
Always new
that. I'm
guy.
gonna ride that into the dirt.
Actually, we are 46 minutes into it already. If you can believe that. Are you pressed for
I
time?
cannot.
Are you on a time limit?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. Let me. I didn't even get to all the stuff I wanted to ask you, but I think it felt natural.
It's because I have a way with words.
We could probably yeah you do. I'm just
Me
gonna you
me
do.
me and Eduardo need to get up together and like
There you
just see what
go.
happens. Like he'll take the left channel and I'll take the right and we'll just go.
Talk in unison,
Yeah,
like
dude.
stereo.
Like we'll
Like
both be saying different things. Like,
oh no, say the same thing. That would be even better. That'd be
okay.
even better if you guys practice it and said the same exact thing, and you're both looking at the camera and you're both saying exactly the same thing, but it's in stereo. Oh yeah, that's I need some of that in my life.
Dude, we are gonna really screw up like 3 people. Oh
I think
man.
you get to five. Five. All right, so now's a good time. We're going to go ahead and open it up to questions from the chat.
Yeah,
Uh,
what's chat got to ask me about?
if and hi, hello everybody, and again, if we didn't say hi to you coming in, that's by design. That's how we do it.
Hi.
The whole first half is just a conversation, but now we're going to open it up, and you guys can ask any kind of questions you like of new local Austin,
Heck yeah,
Michael.
I love everybody here. This is awesome.
If there's something you want to know, now's the time. And please, now can you see the chat?
Yeah,
What would
I'm scrolling over the camera right now like a
Okay.
dork. So sorry about that.
I'll
But
just
yeah,
feed them
I'm
to you
looking
if
at
you
it
like.
right now and
It's up to you. If you see something you can, or I can
well,
feed them to you.
I only see like 5 or 6 things.
Well, Foxy's Fishes, Roxanne, would like to know how your snails are doing.
My snails are doing good. I do like some of their shells have been split, and that is like possibly breeding injury, but more than likely they were getting predated upon by somebody. The ram's horns. My wife does not like ram's horn snails now because they hurt her mystery snails.
How are the shells split? Are they? Is it
They're split like straight up the middle, like from
really?
like the
I've never
forehead
seen
back,
that.
like that.
I've never seen that. What do you
But I
What do you
mean,
think
like
that is, Roxanne?
it could be like a dietary issue too. Like I'm wondering whether there's shells or maybe I'm feeding them too much, so they're getting the right things, but it's just not. But they're metabolizing too fast to grow
Hmm.
thick shell. Because overfeeding is something I was probably doing. but my
Gotcha.
goldfish was taking care of most of it.
I'm curious on that because I've had mystery snails for a
Yeah,
long time. Not long time. I've only been keeping fish for a couple years,
but
but I've never seen that.
several of them, and one of them has it like on the side, and like I thought they were going to spill out of their shell. And I was like, I'd heard Foxy talk to others with a snail in a similar situation. She was like, yeah, it's not looking good, but that guy's still hanging in there.
Hmm. Are they breeding? Are you getting clutches from them?
Yes, got many, but they didn't survive. I think they were outcompeted by the Ram's horns. I keep
Hmm.
turning around and looking at
Okay.
them.
Uh, Degenerate says he misses old distant Austin. He misses
Yeah,
it.
well, old distant Austin, like doesn't really he's never been the type of guy that sticks around. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of distant.
He's always got that faraway look in his eyes.
Yeah.
S. he's
Love a little S.
eat, suck, throw away. Apple, orange, banana are the options. Which one would you eat? Which one would you suck? And which one would you throw away? Apple, orange, banana.
I would suck an orange.
Eat and throw away.
I guess I would eat the banana and then I would throw away the apple. But I like all three of those. But bananas are probably the one that I get on the regular.
Joe Davis, Kingfisher's Catch said that what hairstyles you guys have both had over the years, and how long have you had your current style? So
Oh,
have you had that same type of haircut for most of your life, or what kind of different
man,
things
it
have you
was
done?
something with when I was growing up as a kid, my mom got to choose my haircut, and it's like one of the 50s cuts where one side goes back, one side goes like this, and it's parted. And man, it had a name, CON. I but I mean, like, I want to say it was like that, and that's how I kept my hair mostly. And then I would comb it back on each side, and then that was pretty much my hairstyle all the way up until the beginning of the human malware, and then I just let my hair grow. And my hair has never been this long in my life. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like my hair has rarely been down past my collar. So so yeah, I started so I became a fish keeper and I started growing my hair long. And you would think that if I'm like going to like lots of loud rock shows at bars and stuff like that, I would have grown my hair long like everybody else there, but I didn't.
Yeah,
It's very weird, but now I am.
but now you are midlife
Yeah.
crisis.
I'm 44.
There you
That
go.
might be what's going on.
There you go. One last hurrah.
Yeah, my midlife crisis, just like buy a Ferrari. It's just like fish tanks.
Hair and fish for my midlife crisis.
All right, you know what I mean? Like,
So just those two main styles, pretty short
yeah.
and nothing crazy ever. No
BMW.
mohawks, anything like that.
No, I no, never really.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never had my hair all that short either. I think that my ears would be too big.
I did the mohawk in the late '70s.
Oh,
Did,
back when it
did,
was cool.
did the ironing and stuff, and
That's awesome, dude.
uh,
Mohawks are
had
always
really
cool,
short
by the
hair.
way.
You know, when I was professional, I had the real short hair, and then after time, I just said I'm done with it, and I grew it out. Um, that's about it. I don't know. I think that was just the mohawk and regular haircuts. Then I mean, most of my life it's been long though. Oh, I did shave it once. I did shave my head right when I
No way.
retired from work. I had hair longer. I mean, I had really long hair. I had
So yeah, so
almost my
is that
waist.
some sort of like psychological thing?
Maybe I retired, and just like a couple months later, I shaved my head and just did a goatee. I shaved most of my beard, and it was a big. As soon as I was done, I was like, "Oh, I effed up. I effed up
Yeah.
bad. And I do have a video of it. Chattanooga Ed has seen it. He's the only one. It looks like my eyebrows are trying to fly away because I'm doing this a lot. It looks like my head's too light, you know. But then I was like, no, I'll never do that again. And when I came out, when my wife came home from work, she was like, yeah, don't ever do that again. She doesn't. She likes this. She doesn't like the other. So, um, Paul Cetera says if he got loaches in the tank, loaches love themselves some snails. The loaches aren't in though with the mystery snails, are they?
Right. I have clown loaches, and I only know that one of them is alive.
In the same one with the mystery snails?
No,
Oh,
I added some bladder snails that are overflowing out of another tank into there. And food is disappearing. And I have seen one, but I put a hollow stump inside the 20 long, and they went in there and they won't come out because I'm a new fish keeper. And I was like, oh yeah, they'll like this. And they're like, yeah, man, we sure do. You'll never see us again. And I messed up. I messed up. I put a hollow decoration in there. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get them out. Like, I'm gonna have to learn how to saw it in half underwater or something. I don't know.
hopefully they
Maybe
didn't
I'll
grow
just
too
let them
big
live
and
in there.
they maybe they can't get out anymore. Crypt
That's
keeper,
true too. Like, I have no idea what I
yeah,
have no idea.
maybe they've grown and they're just stuck in there, just jammed in. New local Austin, for someone who's never been to Texas, what attractions or areas are a must see? What area? Oh, answer that one first. What's a must see if you have to? Let's say you go to Texas and you only got a few days. What things should you see? What, whatever. What should you see?
Hey man, Texas is really big. If you get out towards West Texas, every town out there is about 3 hours apart. So if you only have one day, you should probably see something cool in the part of Texas where you're at. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in like Dallas or Houston,
But
like
what about
definitely.
around you? What about close to you? What's something that somebody comes to Austin? What one? Let's say they're only there for a couple days. What would they have to do, in your opinion?
Well, if you're of a drinking persuasion, you should probably go see some live music on 6th Street. If if it's like the summer, like the lake is really beautiful. You can get out there and do some fun stuff. Um, I mean, the Capitol building itself, I want to say, I mean, it's modeled after the White House. No, I think it and our nation's capital have a lot of similarities in its construction, but I can't think of what exactly it is. So,
Is there some place there that's known for their brunch and mimosas? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of places like that, but is there anything that's my buddy was always
yeah,
talking about that,
I
and I
mean,
can't remember
like
the
there's
name.
there's a lot of places like you can get Bloody
Yeah,
Marys down here that have like everything you could get in a sampler, like at
yeah,
Chili's,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just
I've seen
like
those.
hanging out the top of it,
Yeah, that's crazy.
like on big skewers and stuff.
Okay, well, what? This was the second part of that question. So, what area of the state do you think does barbecue the best?
I would say that the whole state does it the best.
Damn Texans.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, like if you want it out of a food trailer and you want like prime brisket, I would say the Austin area is very good. I haven't really explored Dallas or Houston, but it's about $10 a pound. And like it's like fall apart brisket. It's very good.
Uh, Roxanne said some of the shells clefted. That is a low calcium issue. Ram's horns do eat at the snail and will pit the shell. But what temperature
Okay.
do you have them at too?
I think they are at 74.
Oh, okay.
So I am like keeping them cool enough. They don't seem to eat the calcium uh chips that I've got, but maybe they just don't. I mean, they eventually do, but it takes them a long time. Do they just eat that slower? And I'm on a limestone aquifer. That's where our city's water come from. So it's like liquid rock. But I guess they can't pull it out of the water. It's got to be in their food. So I'm trying to feed them good, and better. I think they might be growing too fast because like I'm feeding them every day. Perhaps now that I've gotten all of the snail explosion out of their tank, I should just, I don't know, feed them less so they grow slower. I don't know.
I've and there's some other people saying some stuff too, but to me the weirdness is the fact that it's split right down the middle like that.
Yeah, man, it's really weird.
That doesn't seem like to me like calcium. But again, Foxy and most other people know far more than I do. But a split like that doesn't sound to me like a calcium deficiency or anything like that. It sounds like it's something else. Okay, ADHD wants to know, what is the most difficult thing you've ever had to do in life?
I don't know, man.
Boy, your answers so far are not really up to par here.
I
So far, you didn't really give us a
Yeah,
really
I
good
know.
one on what
Yeah,
you see
that's
in Austin.
yeah, it's not a very good answer, but that's what I got. No, I would say and maybe there's something that was harder, but it's further back in time for me, so its sting is not as memorable, because it does fade over time. But I would say working in the hospital or losing my dad.
Mm.
I think of both of those experiences were not fun.
And how old were you when you lost your dad?
Let's see. I was like 30 something.
Okay,
Yeah, it's been like
that's right.
12
30
years.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 32, 33.
So he wasn't too old probably then, right? Unless he had you later in life.
But he was 69.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Come on, Rico. That was like the perfect setup.
yeah, but your dad died. I'm not. That's
Yeah, but
wrong
yeah,
place for that.
you're right. But yeah,
I don't like to make 69 jokes
I
anytime
love
family is involved. I'm just gonna say that.
well,
you know, but
inappropriate humor is one of my other hobbies.
yes, good. I think that's why we get along. I do
Probably.
enjoy inappropriate humor as well. Sometimes it's really difficult to rein myself in on certain streams. Let's see. Joe Davis wants me to show the Mohawk sometime. I will. I'll see if I can find some pictures. I
Oh
don't even know
yeah,
if I
dude,
have a
that'd be
picture of
cool.
it. I don't know if I even have pictures of that, but I'll see if I do. Um, Ben Backstrom says, "What is one thing you would change about Rico?" Asking for a friend. That was what Myrtle used to always ask.
Oh yeah. What would I change about Rico? I don't think I'd change him. I think that that's probably one of my core beliefs. I don't feel like we should have to change other people.
Or ourselves to fit other people's standards.
Right. I will though. You know what I mean? Like like I'm not if my intent is not to offend somebody, if somebody's
Oh,
offended, you know what I mean? Like
sure,
I'll definitely weigh it and like try and like adjust. You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I
I
don't.
mean, drunk Mike doesn't care about that though.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I don't purposely try to offend people, but at the same time, I also don't go out of my way to not offend people. I'm just trying to be honest and sincere. And if my opinions do bother people, then okay. But at the same time, I don't enjoy upsetting people or enjoy offending people. It's not something but I'm not going to tiptoe. I will share my opinions if asked. Let's see. Knight Rider says, if Rico Stan ever invited me over to his house, oh, it wasn't a question. He would wake up with a bald shaved head. Uh, Note to self, Knight Rider never learns where I live. Uh, let's see. Kelly Foreman, as a woman in a relationship, a large fraction of your time is always devoted to keeping your man from doing something dumb with his appearance. I'm looking for questions. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to scroll back up now.
Somebody asked about Franklin's. Franklin's is very good. I think I've seen YouTube videos of Franklin's, and he'll show you, like, I think they use like 50-50 salt and pepper on their stuff, and he actually shows you how to trim a brisket on there. And honestly, man, you got to find yourself, a prime brisket. You need good meat. I think that is what is separating the levels around here, is the source of the meat.
I think you got to have good meat is the answer to a lot of life's questions. Honestly,
I mean, it does kind of answer itself. But I mean, like, I've seen the guy that they all know each other, but I've seen the guy that runs Franklin's in line at Valentina's, which is my favorite barbecue joint
oh yeah.
down here in South Austin.
So he was going to check out what they had going on.
I think they know each other. I think he was honestly like picking up food. Like,
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
I
cool.
think he honestly like came over to like get one of their sandwiches. They do sandwiches and tacos. It's the marriage of Tex and Mex.
We had tacos tonight. My youngest son, I don't even know what cut of meat he used, but he started it yesterday, and it was in the slow cooker until tonight, and it was delicious. Nice. But I honestly don't know what it was because he had all different kinds of stuff in there with it, and they were delicious tacos, soft tacos. I know, Corey doesn't believe that a soft taco is a taco. Has to be the hard shell, but
right, exactly. And I mean, like, how things change from the places that they come from. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know what a burrito is, and I know what a taco is, and I'm in Texas, so you know what I mean. Like, and it doesn't translate. You know what I mean? Like, Mexican food in California is very different than Mexican food in Texas, and Arizona has different Mexican food too. So I don't know like how it works. But I know, I know what I think is right.
The best Mexican food is usually found in Mexico. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. And there was a place.
I mean, possibly, but I mean, like, is it like Chinese food? Because American Chinese food, you go to China and like you show them like what we call Chinese food here, and they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's all American made. Yeah. But there is a place called Rudy's in Queen Creek, Arizona. I bet it's no longer there. This is a long time ago. That had the most authentic Mexican food ever, and it was delicious and just amazing food. That's one thing I do miss about Arizona. You got a couple of bits here. New Crypt Keeper said try using Mineral Junkie. It's a shrimp food mineral supplement to promote healthier shell production. And Paul said aragonite in the substrate.
Okay.
So a couple things there. Again, though, people are looking at a shell with a deficiency, and it just, I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck on that.
If it's a deficiency, or if it's like an injury, like their shell got injured, you know what I mean? Like, because like if you chipped it on the front, it could cause a split, and I think that it would go like in one direction.
And the shell itself looks good though. Otherwise, I mean, it doesn't look thin. It doesn't look pitted. It doesn't look.
I mean, like they all look very, very thin. You know what I mean? But like, what is too thin? You know what I mean? Like, I'm still figuring it out. But I've got babies coming up behind them and I'm going to keep at it and keep watching and keep researching. You know what I mean? Like, well,
Gotcha.
let's learn about mystery snails again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a new food to try. You know what I mean? Like, maybe put something in the soil. I'll look into it.
Patrick Hardy wants you to say. Uh, he wants me to ask you how you say "Don't mess with Texas."
Don't mess with Texas.
Say it for us, like with heart.
Don't
With
mess with Texas. Do
don't
not mess with Texas.
don't
You'll get
mess
the
with
you'll
Texas.
don't mess with Tex ass.
Don't mess with Texas.
Wait, I've
Don't
got the
mess with
emphasis on the wrong.
Texas. I'm trying out different ways. Steven said, Michael, you want to at least get rid of Rico's RA, you heartless bastard? That would have been nice. Yeah, would have been nice.
No, no, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it, man. Who am I to change that? Oh, wait, I'm a nurse. Yes, I guess I
Yeah,
could have.
I,
I'm not a
I
very
would.
good
I
nurse.
wouldn't mind. But having said that, would I be the same person that I am today? You know, who knows? When you make
Um,
those changes, would you be the same person? I've had it for 15, 17 years now. Um, would
oh yeah, you want to know what? You're right. You wouldn't be doing the fish fam as much because you'd be out in your kayak.
It's
So
true,
you wouldn't be
100%.
you wouldn't be doing all the streaming you're doing. So for those of you tired of seeing Rico in the afternoon, you could thank me. You're
uh,
welcome.
um,
I need
Fanatical
you. I need
says,
you. I need you there, buddy. You know what I mean? Like I get a lot of enjoyment out of you guys while I'm at work.
well, thank you. Oh, speaking of that, our friend Kenny from Danikin is doing a
Hmm.
member stream, and he's probably going to be starting to do it at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
So a lot of people missed it today. If you're a member on Danikin stream, there wasn't a whole lot of people in there today, and I know he's got a lot of members. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's a lot of fun going in there
He
too.
might have a lot of members that are paying more attention to their work. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they need to
Like
stop that.
maybe that's where all the good workers are.
They need to
They're
stop
in the
that.
Daniken stream. I'm there too.
Fanatical said, "Would you do a sponsored beard color, maybe match Ed?" I'm not looking for any sponsors or anything like that. I mean, I might. I would joke around, and I don't know.
But wait,
Yeah,
are you looking for an excuse to dye your beard?
no. If I
All
wanted to dye
right.
my beard, I just dye it. I've done it, but I am not looking to do that anytime soon. In fact, I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm done.
I just want like rainbow tassels like all throughout the whole thing. And I
When I
want
did
you to
let it
do your
grow,
hair as well. And I want you to just put a unicorn horn on.
there
Just
was
be
a
like,
guy that looks like that though. Remember, he's got the big, colorful rainbow wig, and he goes to the sportings. The sportings. He goes to the sporting events.
oh, he
Um,
does?
he's yeah.
See,
There's a guy out
I
there.
wouldn't know.
Oh,
I
it
wouldn't
jumped
know.
on me again. How are you doing on time? We're an hour and 13 minutes in. So you still good?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
good. What else is
Okay.
going on?
We got Roxanne said mysteries need calcium in food and water. Yep. 74 is a good,
Right.
perfect temp. She feeds them every day. What colors are clefted? Clefting can be genetic, but I haven't seen clefts in the snails that she has. So are they all one color, or
Oh,
do you have?
these snails that I'm talking about, Foxy, are not your snails. They're my first mystery snails, and they came from the Aquahuna. You saw them before because I showed you that tank a long time ago before I ordered from you. My sister has your snails, and she says they're doing fine, which means that they're doing fine, or they died and she doesn't want to tell me. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure that they're fine because the kid's got a cat. So I don't think that they would necessarily be into like playing in the fish tank in mom's room. So I think everything's good. And
Um,
that was my first dirted planet. I did it for my sister.
Dirted Planet? Dirted
Hmm.
Planet. Let's see. S wants to know video games at all? Do you play any? If you have any
Yes,
favorites?
I am. a huge fan of Fallout 76 and
Really?
the Red Dead Redemption 2. The online play is hilarious. I love that game. I love just riding around on a horse and it's beautiful. I'm up in the mountains, there's snow, you know what I mean? I'm out in the desert, you know what I mean? And like, occasionally some troll comes by and blows me up, you know what I mean? Like, but the rest of the time, you know what I mean? Like, you could fish. You can like sit there and like fish trout like all day long, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Now, did you play Fallout 76 as soon as it came out, or did you sort of jump in later?
No, no, I was a way late adopter
Okay.
on it. And yeah, I've been having a blast with it. I mean, like, it's a little clanky, a little glitchy, but with that comes all the spoils of exploiting a system. So I think that it's a fine game, and you could spend all this time like making bases, and there's all sorts of, different adventures to go on and weapons to collect, and it's fun.
Um, PC or console?
Oh, I've been console.
Okay.
So I'm PS4.
Okay. Yeah.
PS4 and I have a Switch as well.
Xbox and a Switch here.
Nice.
I
How many
I
times have you bought how many platforms do you have Skyrim on?
Skyrim,
Yeah.
just two. No, three. Because on the Switch, right? The
I
Switch,
know,
the
right? Yeah,
Xbox,
yeah.
and
I was
PC.
like, yeah, my wife was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it for the Switch. And I was like, great, yeah, because I have it on a PS3, and then I got a PS4, and then I got it again. I was like, they sold me that game 3 times, man.
Yeah. But it's nice to have it on the different ones. And I used to
Hey,
always be PC
hey,
master race, but done with
but
that.
I played it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
help it.
You got your money's worth. Switch is cool.
Oh,
I
for
like that.
sure.
Okay. Eduardo said it must have been on his membership tab because it was mentioned. We're talking about Daniken. It jumped. Yeah, membership. It's members only, so you won't get a notification. Yeah, members only streams do not do notifications yet. It's I don't know. It's dumb. So members only streams unfortunately do not do notifications. You'll have to like I see Jess is in here, and Jess um, puts it in her community tab and stuff, and that's the only way you'll see it. Unfortunately, they still need to work that out. Okay, looking for other stuff. We got that. Luca Brasi. Are apple snails and mystery snails two different species? Never saw a live apple snails. So they are related, but they are different. Mystery snails are usually a lot smaller than apple snails. Apple snails get huge. They're related. How related are they, Foxy? You were talking about you need to learn more about them. You got Lav, you got Roxanne, you got Mystery Snail Guardians. We got a lot of snaily people in the fish fam. So um, lots of good information out there from all those people, and all of those people will help you. You know that already, though. Um, what fish do you want but are afraid to just get or get just
Yeah, I've
yet?
been thinking about that question. I mean, like a white alligator gar, that's my arowana, Seems like everybody wants an arowana. It's just like my big monster fish that I would want is like a silvery looking um alligator gar. I've always thought alligator gars were cool. Um, there's a great alligator gar exhibit at the Houston Zoo. They're like the size of small ponies. They're great.
So
Like,
it's
yeah, they're
monster
cool.
fish, though. Monster fish, definitely. You're
Oh yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't get it just sheer for the sheer size, but I feel like that's kind of a cop out answer because I'm sure there's a fish that I am closer to getting than that. And it would be like that I'm scared to keep, and it would be because I'm so new. Like I I've done a lot of research. I've heard a lot of things. I don't know what happens when I put A and B in the tank. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't until you do it. So I don't have the actual mechanical, like, changing the water consistently always, you know what I mean, like, sort of a thing going for me yet. I might do it like that, but I don't know because I haven't done it for very long. So
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm still so new too, and still figuring out a lot of stuff, especially with
I
plants
would
now.
I would say any fish over $100. I am
That's
scared
a
to
good
get
way.
that fish right now
Yep.
because I'm scared that I would wreck that fish with my naivete in the hobby
Yeah.
itself.
Price.
Like when
Yep.
my fish room yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of money on a fish itself. Like I'm putting money on like a heat uh what you call it, an air conditioning unit basically for my fish room. You know what I mean? Like I bought that. I want to put a sink in. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like I'm spending the over $100 mark on equipment still,
Gotcha. And you're in your
not
garage.
on the fish themselves. Yeah, I'm in my garage, man. I'm
That's
gonna
what I
do it
thought.
up. I'm gonna paint this thing eventually. So much fun.
Okay. Um, I don't see any more questions. Hippie John says I'm scared of a $30 fish, and I get that. I think I don't remember how much the most I've spent on a single fish, but it's not much. I really don't have anything rare.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of a $30 fish, but I also already like have like Corydora sickness. You know what I mean? And there's a bunch of different kinds of Corridoras, and some of them, if you're gonna buy them from people in the hobby and stuff like that, they seem to be around 30 for some of them. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but
Plecos. I mean,
doesn't
there's some
doesn't
plecos
doesn't
that
mean
are,
I am not gonna buy them.
yeah.
Are a lot of the plecos like 30?
Oh, there's some plecos that are way, way, way up there. Like we've got
Right, I
some
know, like
coming up.
way up, but
There's uh there's some really cool ones that I don't know if Skipper has mentioned it, so I don't want to tell like, the details about it. But
okay,
he's
well then don't spoil it.
uh can there we go. Myrtle dropped the link there, Richard. And are you on fishfam.link as well? Do you know?
I have not been to Fish Family to know. Does that mean no?
I don't know.
Maybe. Does
We
that
need to
mean
find
maybe?
out.
Does that
Matt
mean
can
maybe?
put you up
Hey,
there.
let's go with
Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe. He might be on there. Now I'm yelling. What's Roxanne? What are you yelling? Need all the Corys. And
Right. Yeah.
Richard was
Like
already.
I was like,
You are
yeah,
on
no, somebody
fishfam.link.
charging $30 for a single Corey does not
Hey,
make me want the Corey less.
tank tested. What's up, Alex? It's been a while. You know what? That's weird. I was just thinking about you today, tank tested. I
So
sent you an email
I'm not
like a
sure that
long
I
time
know
ago.
Tank Tested. Who's Tank Tested?
Oh, Tank Tested's got an amazing channel. We did a
Uh-huh.
focus on with Alex a long time ago. Alex Winchell. Winchell, is that right, Alex? He's actually a professional videographer.
Oh,
He's
very
worked
cool.
with like National Geographic and stuff, and he makes some just amazing videos. He also loves to aquascape, and he does a really good job on that too. He's got a very very large YouTube channel. I don't even know how many subs he's got.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure
Massive.
that I check and make if he's not on my list, I want him to be. Because yeah,
He
I want to check some of that out.
Yeah, he's got a great channel with amazing tanks and I don't know. He's just very engaging on how he's one of those people. He's just one of those people. He's got it. He does a great job.
Perfect.
You know, you'll love it. You'll love his content. I guarantee it. If you like fish, you'll love what you see.
Yeah, I love everybody's content, and I'm just trying to eat. I just try to eat as much of it with my eyes as possible. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's very fun.
that's
I
so
love
weird though. again, Tank Test Alex, I was just thinking about you today because I had sent you an email a while back, and I was thinking about doing a follow up. So check and see if you got an email from me. It was a while ago though. Anyways, S wants to know your favorite food. Do you have a favorite food? How about even just a favorite? Um, no, we can't even do that. Yeah, let's.
I'm gonna go with my favorite food is gravy. Because like my favorite food is constantly like changing moment.
Gravy.
Gravy.
I just had this conversation with Ed. I just had this.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, he's
So
loves
it's
gravy
gravy
as well,
week.
and I do not like. I like gravy. I like gravy on mashed potatoes, and just a little bit, a little puddle in the middle of my pile of mashed potatoes, and that's it. I don't like it on everything else. I don't like it on everything. That
I
is,
feel like there should be a gravy for it because I mean I'm going to alienate myself from probably like all Canadians and lumberjacks. So the Pacific Northwest is about to go dark. But syrup is merely gravy for pancakes. So
well, I mean, then ketchup is gravy for hot dogs.
it's also gravy. Who would put ketchup on a hot dog?
I
My
do.
dad, my dad was a very big Dirty
We
Harry fan.
so I we call it walking it
But
through
I
the
mean
garden.
like yeah,
You
man,
walk it
it's
through the garden, so it's your hot dog. You walk it through the garden. It's got all the different, it's got relish and it's got onions and little diced tomatoes and all. It's got a whole bunch of veggies on it. That's the best hot dog. But usually ketchup and a really good mustard. Sorry, keep going. Gravy.
gravy.
That's that's disgusting. There's chocolate gravy and
I
biscuit.
believe that every man should have a cup that says number one dad on it, even if you don't have any kids, and it should be full of gravy.
I
And
don't
it
have
should
a
just
cup.
be
I have a
there.
shirt. Is that acceptable? Should I have a
A
shirt
what?
full of gravy? A shirt? I have
No,
the
no,
shirt
no,
that
no.
says that. Can I fill up my shirt with gravy if it
Mm,
says number one dad?
well, I mean, if it's good gravy, you'll still have a
Good
good amount
gravy.
of gravy. It'll leak a little bit, but you know what I mean?
I could
Like you'll
carry it. Yeah,
I was like, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I guess you could.
I would take that to like dinner parties and such, and show up with my shirt full of gravy and say, "Hey, I'm here. Here's my gravy." I
I
could see
got my
that. I
gravy.
could see doing that. Oh, Tank Tested has an aquarium question. Do you have a favorite moment in TV movies where an aquarium appeared? I don't know if I've ever seen a true aquascape in a film, but tanks appear every so often. So does that I'm going to say something a little bit off the wall here, and hopefully this isn't too. So my wife and I were watching some adult entertainment, and there was a
Deuce
fish tank,
Bigelow, male gigolo.
a little more adult. Uh,
I think there was a fish tank in that one though, but go ahead.
there was a fish tank in the scene in this entertainment we were watching, and I started watching the fish tank to see what was in it more than what was happening on the screen. I actually made a video about it like a year ago, like when do you know you're a fish keeper? And
Oh
I was like,
man,
that
I
was the
haven't
moment
done
I
that
figured
yet, but that just probably means I haven't seen a movie where a fish tank is in the room. You know what I mean? Because I think that I would be distracted by that now.
out.
Oh my
A fish
goodness,
called
that's
Wanda.
great.
But has anything come to mind about seeing a fish? There was something I saw the other day. They had fish. Michelle, it was a regular show. I mean, it wasn't adult entertainment. Um, I don't remember. I feel like it was sci-fi. Well, Mass
What was the
Effect.
movie where Ice T was no, Ice Cube was a bounty hunter and he buys a fish, like a cichlid, I want to say, like a large fish. He's like in Miami and something happens like on his way back to his place and like the fish is dead or something. I can't remember.
It sounds familiar. Well, in Mass Effect 3, you can have a fish tank in your spaceship and put fish in it and have to feed them and stuff, or get an automated system to take care of your fish. So, not exactly what Alex is asking, but there is a video game where you can have it. Well, there's actually an aquarium video game too. I can't remember what it's called, but there's an aquarium video game where you design an aquarium. But Mass Effect 3, you can actually have fish.
Yeah, and Fallout 76 in one of the bunkers you can have a fish tank.
There's
Or
a
there's a
few.
fish
There's a
tank
few
inside
games.
it. Yep.
I played another one. I can't remember what it's called. It was like Dragon Quest Builders 2 or something like that. It was like Minecraft and Stardew Valley mixed. And
Yeah, and
you could build a
Minecraft
fish tank.
has whatchamacallit, the not salamanders. I'll think of it in a second. I'm not going to think of it.
Axolotls.
Yes. I love you a lot. Did you see that cup,
Yeah.
Rico?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Q.
Shanna has the, you ask a lot of questions, ask a lot of questions. You ask a lot of questions.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
All about the Benjamins where they hid diamonds in an aquarium. That's the biggest one that came to mind. There was another one Alishon had. Where's Alishon? Where's he at? Oh, right there, right above it. One of the drug dealers in The Wire had a fish room. All about the Benjamins. Yep, Steph said that. Alex, she got that one. Ted had a public aquarium scene.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Tracy Jordan did have a bit about having a shark aquarium.
all about the Benjamins. Scuba Steve got it too. Oh, my
Mm-hmm.
virgin ears. Uh, is pickle relish gravy? Yeah, the
Yes.
gravy thing. I don't know how people are so offended by ketchup on hot dogs. It just goes together. It's
Oh,
a
I
it's
always,
a
I
cheap
always,
meat.
I always had ketchup on my hot dogs when I was growing up, and my dad used to like do the Clint Eastwood line like every lunch, like once or twice a week, man, for my formative years. Good stuff.
Oh, what about Bob? Bill Murray had a goldfish in a jar hanging around his neck. Regina, nice. All right. Anybody else?
So,
Any other questions? We are an hour and a half into it. If we don't have it, what about you, Michael? Anything you want to tell everybody? Anything you got going on? Are you going to any events coming up? Are you going to the Aquashallow? Or
I am definitely going to be at Aquashella Dallas. I am not sure whether I want to go to the Quadruple Crown. It sounds like one of those like once every 50 years sort of a thing, because that's what it started with, right? That's how they got it all together. It's the ACA's like 50th anniversary. So they're going big, and then they group together with some other guys.
yeah,
So yeah, it sounds like it's going to be like super great. But I do not know whether I can swing it. I think that I'm going to keep it small. I don't even have a logo yet. You know what I mean? Like this channel, I am committed to it. But I'm not going to take up much of your time because I'm probably not going to produce a lot of content. You know what I mean? But if you give me 15 minutes of your time once every quarter, you know what I mean? You could catch up on all of my videos. You know
but
what
you
I
know
mean?
what?
I'm gonna grow slow, and we can see how that works out as a strategy in real time. Like, and just from the name, I'm feeling like it's not going to be a very popular mode. You know what I mean? Because it's slow.
I think you just being in the chat, being in you
I
bring
love
something
being in the chat. This
and you
community is
bring
so
something
great.
to it. It makes the chats more enjoyable. So I don't care if you make another video ever. I just enjoy seeing you in the chat and having you hang out and going to a chat and I see new local awesome. I'm like cool, and there's a whole bunch of people like that, believe me. But you are definitely one of the people that when I see your name, I'm like, oh, cool, Michael's here. You know, um,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that if
that's a big part of it.
if I do just a little bit, if I do just a little bit so that you can see my fish room grow, I have a record of how my fish room has grown. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that I think that that's a fun adventure. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have some successes, we're gonna have some failures. You guys will probably get to see me laugh and cry. You know what I mean? It'll be great.
Um, and the fun part, you said that, I think that's the key. I think as long as you keep having fun, that's the key. You can tell sometimes people aren't
Yeah.
really having fun, that they're getting a little burned out, and it comes through. So I think keep having fun with it.
Right.
Um,
Why not 15 minutes of gold versus, you know what I mean? Like 15 minutes of like me really enjoying it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
whenever that is, however
yeah,
often that
whenever
is.
that is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um, so no triple or no Keystone Clash though. No way. That's way up in Pennsylvania. Way too far
Yeah, I
away.
don't I don't I don't see Keystone Clash
Got it.
happening for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Understand.
yeah, man, I'll get there. You know what I mean? Like I'll be 500 strong when I go. I'll definitely be 500 strong by next year this time.
Well, I hope you can make it
You
one of
know what
these
I
times.
mean? It's a commitment I'm willing to make 12 months out. You know what I mean? Like feels easy to say.
Uh,
Sounds probable.
that's the only one I'll probably ever really get to go to is the Keystone Clash because it's not that far and
Well,
traveling's
then
hard.
that's the one that I'll have to go to eventually.
So
You know
I
what I
hope
mean? Like just
hope
because you can't make it to it this year doesn't mean that it's the end of the road. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's gonna be good, dude. I can't
Couple
wait.
of couple of questions going out. Foxy
Hmm.
wants to know if you'd ever consider sporting a handlebar mustache.
Oh, you know what? I would, but I'd have to like draw in from like here to here. I'd have to draw in because like I don't, it doesn't connect. It has always been a problem
You
with
got the Joe
with the
Dirt.
goatee. Yeah, I just got a spot. But
Is
yeah,
it just that
I
one
thought
spot, or do you
about
have
it.
any
I
other?
thought about it. I shaved this off on Sunday. It was one of those have you ever have you ever been like so on the fence about something that like you're thinking about doing it and you're just like it's just like maybe I should, you know what I mean? And your hand's going, and half of you is saying, do it. And the other
Believe
half is
me.
like, and the other half is
Yep.
like, now hold on, everybody. Let's just calm down. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And like, and then so I did it.
And how do you
And
feel about that? Is it
dude, I can feel the wind on my chin, and it is so freaking weird. Like if I breathe really hard out of my nose, like I feel it on my chin, and that's an odd sensation.
is it do
It's weird.
is it a good sensation or bad sensation or just an odd sensation?
It's just more sensitive than the rest of my face. Like my cheeks don't feel heat or cold as much as my chin does right now. It's just more
Okay.
sensitive.
And this one sort of goes hand in hand with that. Would you rather have a luscious head of hair, but it has to be neon orange, or a luscious beard, but it's neon green? So either way, it's luscious hair. Would you rather have
And I can't have both.
no? Well, that would be even better. Orange
Wouldn't
and
it?
green. You look like a
Just
like a
orange and
pumpkin.
then big like pumpkin stem looking like like goatee just all right. I mean, I really do like orange, so I think I'm just gonna go with like luscious locks orange. So make that meme, get that screenshot.
All right. And on that, I think we're going to end it. I don't
All
see any
right,
more
later.
questions coming in. And you guys, thanks for joining us. So next week we have Taylor from Simply Betta. She will be our
I
guest.
loved meeting her. She is like so cool.
I can't
I
wait. My daughter's excited too because she's a huge fan of her anime work.
did you see like the Halloween one with like the possessed like
Yes.
wood?
Yes.
Like I was just like, she's so awesome.
Yeah.
Taylor, you're
Um,
awesome. I'll see you next week.
let's see what else. And do you have anything coming up you want to tell? Are we telling us?
Hey man, I'm gonna steal Haley's line and say